Yeah, hi Daniel. Finally, nice to meet you. Yeah, please have a seat. Yeah. We spoke over the phone. Yeah, so it's finally it's nice to put a face to the voice. Yeah. So how was it? Was it difficult finding this place?
Oh no, not really. It was pretty straightforward. Just a little bit of traffic. That's all.
Okay. Are you okay? Do you need something to drink?
Oh no,
Water.
I'm good
So
for
are you
now.
sure?
Um,
Whenever you feel like you just let me know.
sure.
Okay. All right. Yes. Um. So yes. After our conversation, I went through your file. I saw some of your concern and some of the issues you want to talk about. Um, yes, but before we go ahead, I just want to put some things out for you to understand, and one of them is confidentiality. Yes. So that's just simply saying whatever we talk about here today, you and I, is strictly confidential. There are no third parties involved. So feel free, relaxed, and comfortable. Without don't no fears of someone interfering or finding out what's going on in your life. Yes. But in saying that, as a mandatory reporter, if I sense or I feel like you are a danger to yourself or danger to the community, like putting your life or others at risk, I'm mandated to have to report to the appropriate authorities. Yes. So yeah, we're not saying that we're going to, but if I feel like that, it's my duty of care to, to let the authorities know. Yeah. So yes, Mr. Daniel. So how may I help you today?
Well, as you know, I did mention earlier on, but since I moved here from Iran
Yeah.
in the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
it's been it's been a little difficult being that I've separated from my wife, and ever since she's had both of our kids, and it's difficult not seeing my kids all the time. I've got two of them. One is 13 and the other is 15. They're both in high school, and I really do miss them. I really do miss them. I want to see if there's any way that I can see them more often. But every time I call in to try to make an opportunity to meet with them, my wife is always angry. She's swearing at me, saying a lot of things, and it kind of gets me down. It just keeps me worried, makes my heart heavy. And but though I've got a successful business here, I've got a successful business, but ever since I moved here, it's not been easy. With all of these challenges, I have been avoiding seeing people, so it's been really difficult. Even very little things it's very difficult for me to do. But amongst all of that, I've just been the best thing that has happened to me of late has been meeting my new partner, Talia. I wanted to come with her today, but I don't really know how this whole thing works, so I decided to come in by myself first and then see how it goes. But before then, I noticed within myself that I've been doing a lot more drinking than I used to.
Yeah.
Before now, it started out as going out with my mates, having a drink, a few drinks here and there. But now I've noticed it's been more frequent. I've been doing a lot of that more than I used to. I even observed by my own self that I've been putting bottles around the house, hiding them in cupboards where family won't see them. I'm just keeping it there just in case.
Yeah.
Maybe just one of those times I want to have a drink, but just hiding them out of sight. I know I could really use some help in that regard. I would like to set things in order to make a better time for myself, for my own business. I've got a lot of things at stake, and I really need some help. So I'm just wondering how this can be done.
Okay. Before I comment or say anything, I just want to applaud your courage. You know, it's never easy, you know, to open up to strangers because we find ourselves. Yes. So you know, like I was saying, in a society where you know men are unable to speak about their issues, you know, it's that's why I say I applaud you. You know, it's difficult for to find you know men who are able to open up and share their issues and talk about their problems. So yes, I'm really grateful for you know trusting me to you know talk about these things. But yes, before we go ahead, I would like to I always like to you know find out and see the genesis of you know the issues and you know the starting point. So when did yourself and your ex-wife when did you both start you know feeling like it wasn't working and you needed to be separated? Like what prompted those things?
I think thinking back, it's difficult, but I would say left to me, what I noticed about the whole thing was from the point when I started going out to drink with the mates and spending late nights out.
Yeah.
I think that was where everything all started.
Hmm.
But from there, it started happening more often.
Yeah.
It's not like anything bad is going on out there. It's just we're just out drinking, just hanging out. But it just kept on going for longer hours and longer hours, and that's been it. That's been it. I think it's gone to the point where it's like you are in sinking sand. You really just keep going further and further up. You never really know when.
And with the whole issues, you know, the development of the issues, how difficult was it for the kids? Because I know, you know, when issues like this between parents, you know, start, it's usually very tough for the kids. And
To be honest, I understand the few opportunities I've had to meet up with them, to speak to them, and say hi to them over the phone on video calls. I can see that they really miss being around me as much as I do miss being around them. But it is beyond my powers now because she wouldn't she wouldn't let me. Even when I give them a call, I call every time. She's always so angry, and I don't want them to see her in that state. So every time that happens, I just try to take a step back so I don't continue to make her angry because I really want to make things better for everybody, even for myself, most especially because I've got things going on and I would really want things to go right.
I understand this must be really difficult for you. I really do understand, and you know, like I said, I applaud you. It's not easy. Over here, we'll see what we can do together to you know remedy the situation and just you know better life. You know. And yes, sir. Another thing I'd like to talk about. You mentioned about your frequent drinking habits now. How are you going with that? How is it going with you now?
Oh well, it has become. It seems like a therapeutic thing, although I don't see it working, but it's been consistent. Because, for example, each time I try to make contact with my family, to my wife, my ex-wife, my kids, after each call, I like to just sit and have a drink, just drink and forget everything. I don't know any other way to make it work. I don't know any other way to soothe the pain or
So do you think your frequent alcohol intake, do you think it's affecting you in your everyday life, work and family? Do you think so?
Well, I know that before the whole consistent alcohol use,
Yeah.
things were better,
Mm.
and it just became somewhat overwhelming for me, and kept drinking more often. So I believe if I if I can stop the alcohol use,
Yeah.
I might things could things could get better.
Mm.
But I just don't know how to.
Okay.
I don't know how to.
Okay. But like I always tell, people, whenever like you feel like you want a difference in your life or in a situation, I think this is the first step. You know, owning up to your present issues and talking about them, just being open, bringing them out. I think that's the first step. So I would like to know, because this, of course, this is our first meeting. So I wouldn't want us to just go through everything, because this is a it's a little bit complicated. It's a vast discussion. I don't want us to just go over everything right now. I was wondering, are you comfortable? Are you able to have this session weekly?
Oh yeah, I would love to weekly,
Okay.
because of this whole thing that is going on. I don't go to work like I used to,
Okay. Okay.
so I've got some free time on my hands.
Okay.
So I would appreciate it
Okay.
as much as can be.
Okay.
So every week I'm happy to come in if you give me a particular time or day. I can
Beautiful,
come in.
beautiful. So weekly, do you have like any specific days you feel you will be free? So we could just have that in the books.
Well, I'm not. Lately, I'm no longer an early riser like I
Yeah.
used to. So, if we could do it sometime around lunchtime, I don't mind any day of the week to make it happen.
Okay. So since you don't have like any preference, so maybe Tuesdays,
I'm happy with you.
same time
Yes.
every week.
Yes.
That's beautiful. And yes. So are you able to are you open to referrals?
Referrals.
Yes, we have some organizations who are active in helping people with some issues, like you mentioned about your recent and frequent alcohol intake. Yeah, we have some organizations who help to better the situation and just change things a little bit. Are you open to
No,
having that?
I would love to, because these are I understand. I could use help in this regard, and these are part of the things that I would really like to work on. So if you can make that happen, I really appreciate it.
Daniel, I must say I have loved talking to you and talking about your issues and the things going on in your life, and I'm more than happy to go on this whole journey with you. And by everything going well, I hopefully we'll have positive outcomes, and of course applause to you for going through this with me and bringing that positive energy and just being you and being open with me. I really do appreciate, and I hope to see you same time next week, and we'll be able to talk about go into the issues more, like an in-depth talk and understanding of everything. So yes, thank you once again.
No, it's been a pleasure. And do you mind if I come in with my partner, my new
Love it.
partner?
Yeah. I'll be happy. I'll be happy to. I'll be
Sure.
happy to.
Sure.
I'm happy to. At least we get to talk to her more and see where you both are on this.
Yes,
time.
I'd love to.
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Daniel. Yes, I'll see you same time next week.
Thank you very much.
All right.